Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make
We just finished up having our breakfast here at the Miss Worcester dining car. Across the street in 1906, the Worcester Lunch Car Factory opened up. They manufactured diners that were sent all over the eastern seaboard. It's one of Worcester's historical factories. I have 10 minutes to show you the rest of the city, so come on.
We built this city. We built this city.
Worcester, Massachusetts. It's my city and your city. It's the second largest city in New England after Boston. It is located in central Mass, thus it is called the heart of the Commonwealth. The official symbol of the city is the heart.
Say you don't know me.
Worcester is known for its Victorian-style mill architecture. When you look around, you might see an old run-down city, but there's actually a lot of history here.
Sinking in your fight. Too many runaways. Eating up the night. Marconi plays the mambo. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
How can you not love the place that brought you the smiley face? In 1964, American inventor Harvey Ball came up with the idea and patented the smiley face.
We built this city on rock and roll.
Worcester was first inhabited by Native Americans. They called this place Quinsigamon, which meant fishing place for pickerel. In 1713, a man named Jonas Rice permanently settled Worcester. Jonas Rice held many offices and was selected as a judge in the Court of Common Pleas of Worcester County. During the Revolutionary War, Isaiah Thomas moved his newspaper, the Massachusetts Spy, from Boston to Worcester. The Massachusetts Spy was one of the few papers continuously published throughout the Revolution.
Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock.
Outside Worcester City Hall, on July 14th, 1776, Isaiah Thomas, intercepting the packet going from Philadelphia to Boston, performed the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence right here outside Worcester City Hall. Isaiah Thomas also founded the American Antiquarian Society in 1812. This is a research library holding nearly two-thirds of documents printed in America from the early 1600s to the early 1800s.
The border yells, Massachusetts, I'll be there when bells, Massachusetts.
After the American Revolution, Worcester became a hotspot for the Industrial Revolution. The Royal Worcester Corset Factory employed 1,200 women in 1908, which was the largest employer of women in the U.S. at that time. Corsets made at the Royal Worcester Corset Factory were shipped all over the world.
Tuck it down, Massachusetts. I can hardly wait to hurry through that gate. I hope that train ain't late. Now you don't know how much it means for me to be there. Childhood scenes and childhood friends.
Today you can see corsets made at the Royal Worcester Corset Factory in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City.
Just like Jack and Jill, Massachusetts. We'll climb Bunker Hill, Massachusetts.
An early female entrepreneur, Esther Howland, designed and manufactured the first American Valentine's Day cards in 1847. Washburn and Moen were also huge contributors to the Industrial Revolution.
Early industrialist Ichabod Washburn developed the process of extruding barbed wire. His company, Washburn and Moen, that can be seen right here, opened in 1831. This company is responsible for barbed wiring the American West, along with barbed wiring the trenches in World War I. Here in Elm Park was purchased in 1854 by Francis Law Olmsted. It was the first public park in the city and one of the first in the United States. We're standing outside what remains of the Worcester State Insane Asylum Hospital. This hospital opened in 1833 and was the first hospital in the United States established to treat mental illness. It closed in 1991. We're here at Clark University. Clark University was established in 1887. It was the first graduate school in the country. Sigmund Freud talked here on his one and only trip to the U.S.
Clark University also had some famous professors. G. Stanley Hall, the founder of Psychology as a Science. Robert Goddard, the founder of modern rocketry. And Albert A. Michelson, who won the first Nobel Prize in 1902 for his measurement of light. Worcester is also home to Worcester Polytechnic Institute. It is an innovative leader in engineering, education, and partnering with local biotech industries.
Outside the Lucky Doll Music Hall here in Worcester. It might look like a local dive bar, but this place was actually once called Sir Morgan's Cove. And in September 1981, the Rolling Stones played an unscheduled performance here to a crowd of 350 people.
If you don't believe me, there's plenty of pictures out there to prove it. We don't have many famous musicians, but Jordan Knight and Jonathan Knight from New Kids on the Block are from Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester is also home to Kelly Square, an intersection where 6 different streets collide. It's voted one of the worst intersections in the United States.
First time was a great time. Second time was a blast. Third time I fell in love. Now I hope it lasts. I can see it in your walk.
Over the years, Worcester has been subjected to a couple of tragedies. In 1953, the Worcester tornado blew through the city, killing 1,000 people and caused about $52 million in damages. Our local baseball team, the Worcester Tornadoes, is named after this tragedy. The Worcester warehouse fire tragedy took place in December 1999.
We're here at the Worcester Warehouse Fire Memorial. This memorial was set up to remember the 6 fallen firefighters that died in the warehouse tragedy of 1999. It's considered one of the worst firefighting tragedies of the late 20th century.
So there's a brief history on Worcester, Massachusetts. I hoped you learned something, and I hope next time you're out in your neighborhood you take a closer look at what's around you.
Ba-doom, ba-ba-doom.